What is up, everybody? Dan and the Fireman here. Today, we're going to be talking about this motorcycle cornering mistake, close call, whatever you want to call it. We don't know who's exactly at fault because we should be paying attention ourselves. We are responsible for our own safety. Also, by the way, we have the Discord server right there. That is actually live right now. And if you want to, click that link in the description to get a free invite to the 6,000 plus people Discord that we have for the DDFM crew. With that said, let's head to the class and talk about this.
All right, the Honda CB300R, riding around. Okay, intersections. Whoa! Oh, nothing you could have done. There's no reverse for us. Woo-wee! Oh man, I got very lucky. So on this one, there's not much you could have done. So we got this blind corner. He actually stopped for it, so he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. He sees a vehicle there. He's gonna go ahead and stop for them to go. But this driver's not paying attention, and last second did. So I think the last second they did is because they weren't anticipating a motorcycle. They, once again, with that familiarity complex thing going on, is that car drivers are looking for other cars because they're driving a car. Motorcycle riders see other motorcyclists because they're on a motorcycle. Motorcycle riders that drive see other motorcyclists because they know about other motorcyclists. So the main thing is they don't see us. Their brain tricks them into not seeing us. It's not usually their fault in terms of they wanted to do it. The intention was to hit you. It's their fault because they made a mistake. Either way, they're at fault if they hit you. But to be angry at somebody for making a mistake, that's different than somebody that intended to do it. Deshaun Bailey upgraded their membership to crew member. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Whew. Not much you could do there. They went around. Good job handling it. All right, so we're gonna be passing this vehicle on a blind turn. Very dangerous. We just cut him off. Okay, we gotta set up for this turn. Uncommon thing right there. All right, moving into this turn. Whoa, 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 whoa. He did good positioning for safety. Let's go back on that one. All right, so we're gonna be passing this vehicle right before a right-handed blind turn. We don't know if there's any vehicles coming, so this is gonna be that line of sight issue that we're having. So if you're gonna do it, move with a frickin' purpose. Get yourself back into your lane as soon as possible. So we're kind of cruising around and we cut off that driver. Kind of mean, but whatever. Different cultures, different everything. Okay, now we have good line of sight. Now you can see the vehicles around the corner. Okay, cool. So right now what he's doing, he's in lane position, basically 1. You know, in different areas, this is backwards. You know, it's usually 3, 2, 1, but we're doing it like this. So lane position 1, let's give him the best space cushion from any oncoming traffic in this lane. So that's going to give him the best space cushion. It's not going to give him the best escape or space cushion to the shoulder, but from vehicles, which are going to be pretty dangerous, especially if we can control our speed and we know we're not going to go wide. What we need to really worry about is going to be that side corner. So we're going to position ourselves for safety right here. So we got the best space cushion because that guy is going across. And now we're going to do this, and we have that uncommon thing in a common situation. What do? Well, we could fight for our lane by getting in the middle like a lot of the United States peoples and UK peoples and everything. But the main thing we got to do is get ourselves out of that situation by positioning ourselves for safety, planning, okay? So the planning part is getting over here as soon as we possibly can if we aren't already, and then also as straight as we can, apply just progressive brake pressure. We are hoping that this person right here is going to get back into their lane as soon as possible, or we're going to have to find a nice little gap and find that little itty-bitty narrow escape path. So this is a scary situation. It's not something you want to deal with ever, but thankfully he's in the right position. That is what saved him. Not rev bombing, not honking the horn, not fighting for position. Putting himself in his position for safety is what saves him. Finding an escape path right here, you could do that. You have to aim for it though. All right, so intersection, very dangerous area. That guy's not slowing down, so careful. You're going to intersect each other at the same time. Why are we slamming the brakes? We kind of should have saw that ahead of time, right? So we're coming up to an intersection right here. So what stage do you guys go into, class? What stage do you guys go into? What's up there? Yeah, you're going to go into orange stage about this point. So that means you're kind of maintaining throttle. You're reaching for the front brake. You're starting to really scan for hazards. You're like, okay, orange stage area, I need to start scanning. And then also at the same time, start finding your escape paths, okay? Exactly, 82 Tony. Woo! Good job, guys. You guys are all doing really good. So right now, since it's at nighttime, we have very bad visibility too. We also have terrible vision because some of these lights definitely mess with your vision. If you have an astigmatism, it's getting even crazier. And it's really hard to see sides of the vehicle at night. So one thing you want to do is see, you're going to have a headlight here and then the taillight here. And in between, it's going to be kind of dark. So you have to look for the taillight and headlight combined. And you can sort of see that right here. Renzzi, go ahead and zoom in on that one. You can kind of see it right there. You see how you have the headlight right here and then the taillight right here. Now I'm going to look like an idiot if that is not actually the car. But let's see. There it is. I'm right. Okay, so that's super hard to see. If your vision acuity is not that good, then you have to slow it down just even a little bit more. So this car is going super fast around this turn, trying to make it. So what I would be doing here is just decelerating until this person decides which lane they want, because they're going to do it anyways. So if they're going to do it anyways, we need to anticipate that we're the better rider, we're the better driver, we're smart riders. We have the training more so than these people out on the road, so we have to do what's best. We're the more mature ones too. So we're getting into here, and we definitely know he's not going to slow down and stop or move and stay in his lane. Either way, he's going to get into our path of travel, and we're going to get hit. Okay, so what we need to do is definitely do some progressive brake pressure. Okay, so apply it, and we're not trying to stop. We're just trying to slow down to buy us some time and increase that space cushion. Because remember, we are planning our ride, positioning ourselves for safety. We located, now we're just kind of adapting. But if we wait till the last second, right here to slam the brakes, and because that's what he did, then what we're doing is navigating a threat. This is an emergency stop. Our total stopping distance is basically right here, and we are hoping he's still going straight. If he slammed the brakes for whatever reason, we're going to go into the back of him. So this is why we need to plan our ride, everybody, even at night. Don't let yourself go into white stage. You're listening to music, having a great time, cool air on your body. Doesn't matter. You need to be paying attention because the world doesn't care if you want to have a good time. He did good, though. He kept the motorcycle up. Part of being a smart rider is acquiring and utilizing personal protective equipment. So make sure you grab yourself a jacket just like this one from Revzilla using the link in the description. It's an affiliate link. It helps me out. No extra cost to you. Plus, it lets Revzilla know that the DDiffin crew is pretty badass, and they actually grab some gear. Anyways, click that link. I'll see you soon.